us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, great. We would love to hear a little bit more about your startup story.
So my colleagues and I, two co-founders and I, came up with this idea for a way to change mobile banking. We did that in January, and we've been running hard ever since, building our platform, talking to potential customers and partners. And we just actually did a demo, unveiled our product on Tuesday at another conference, Afiniate, and got a really strong feedback. So things are looking really good.
That's fantastic. So you're at a pretty early stage.
Very early stage, yeah.
Now, Startup America Partnerships has 4 stages: the idea stage, the startup stage, the ramp-up stage, and then the speed-up stage. So what stage would you say you're at?
We're definitely in the startup stage. We were in the idea stage for about a week. Came up with this idea, did a lot of spent a really solid week, probably about 80 hours a piece, doing the research to make sure it made sense, and then decided that we're going to pursue it. And we had a very short time or horizon. We wanted to hit that particular demo so that we could show it to the industry and get feedback right away, so that if we were on the wrong track, we wouldn't spend a lot of time developing something that the customers didn't want. Or if we were on the right track, they can get excited and start to give us some feedback right away.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of entrepreneur experience and business experience. So how would you share that with the audience? What advice would you give them on how to run a business and what things you really need to think about?
That's a really hard question, because every business is a little bit different. I've done a lot of startups over. I think I'm pushing now a dozen startups in terms of actually either my ideas or helping other people with their ideas or their businesses. And so there isn't really sort of a formula that you can follow. Everything's a little different, every scenario is a little different. So I think it helps to be able to, or be interested in doing everything. Everybody, especially in the early stage, has to be willing to roll up their sleeves and commit to the idea and just do whatever it takes in order to be successful. So a marketing guy who's willing to, or gal who's willing to write copy, or just get the booth set up, or even do some basic research, or a technology guy who's is willing to actually do write some of the brochure work. Yeah, everybody's just gotta roll up the sleeves. Everybody dives in. Yeah.
Well, so everyone's diving in, they're helping the company out, and what are the pitfalls the company needs to think of to avoid?
Again, everything's a little bit different. I think the common pitfall is to make sure that the team is really on board. And as a leader, if we're talking about like the CEO or one of the leaders in the company, it's making sure that everybody's meshing well and understands what the roles are, and that stays motivated, because it's very easy to get burnt out, or when you hit a setback, to kind of lose a little bit of steam. So that actually goes beyond just the CEO. It's like everybody has to be there for each other and help each other to get over these hurdles.
Okay, and you talked about having a lot of experience. I'm sure you've had some mentorships. Startup America is about mentoring entrepreneurs.
Yes. What's
your best mentor and why?
My best mentor. There's so many people that I've met over the years that from experienced entrepreneurs who have actually been successful and sold companies or gone public. I think probably one of my best mentors are some of my teachers that I've had as well, who are willing to just take my phone call and tell me if I'm on the right track, or facilitate some introductions. Almost anybody can be a mentor if you're willing to talk about your idea, and you're willing to engage with them in conversation, and understand that you may not have all the answers, but maybe they have a little bit of insight themselves. Yeah. So I think I can't really point to one. I think it's like everybody that I interact with, I'm learning something new.
Well, thinking of mentorships, why don't we wrap up by having an inspirational story that you can share with the audience on what really motivates people?
Sure. Well, actually, let me share a story about what actually happened on Tuesday. So we've been working for 4 months to build this prototype to demo in front of the entire industry of innovative financial executives. Get up on stage, first presentation after lunch. I do the introduction. My business partner and chief technologist is on stage with me to demo the app. and the network goes out, and the app completely dies.
Oh gosh.
So for 7 minutes, I'm basically talking while he's trying to get everything to get it to recover. And apparently we did a good job and won a lot of sympathy from the audience, to the extent that we actually made a lot of business contacts with people who would not have come up to talk to us just if our demo had actually been successful. So we were able to turn that really, what could have been a terrible experience where we could have just left the stage and failed, into actually a positive experience where people actually, it was a memorable experience for people at the conference, where they came up to us and looked for us to talk to us and find out what our app actually did. So yeah, I guess the notion is that, or what I'm trying to convey is just never accept failure. You always have to move forward, always try to turn what looks like a failure into a success.
Ram, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much.